Hi,
Hi, good morning.
hi, good morning. Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about individual differences. This topic is the chapter 3.
Good morning.
In this team, the participants are Yajaira Guadalupe González Gómez, Jessica Irene Camacho Jiménez, María Luisa López Gómez, Amy Guadalupe de la Cruz García. Well, I will ask my classmates about individual difference, and each one gives an argument about this and whether this popular assumption or beliefs. Okay, I will start
Okay.
with the first question. Okay, can older people quickly progress in their learning or not? What is individual difference to belong to?
Okay. Yes, many adult second language learners achieve excellent language skill, but in this part, the belief is that the young learner are better than older learner because think that they have the better capacity for acquiring the second language. And but Muñoz 2016 say that the older learner have advantage greater may reflect their ability to use more explicit approach based on their greater cognitive method.
Okay,
Okay, I have an are capable to learn a language, even if if even if the young people can do it. In fact, they can learn just as quickly as young people. In some cases, even faster than young people, because young people have more like distractions that the the older people.
Well, in my opinion, age alone is not the only factor that uh, can, pre- can predict if a person is going to learn a language or not. Um, for example, there are countless of anecdotes of adults that are more efficient than younger learners. Also, young and older people learn a second language in different ways. Older people are usually are more or feel more pressure to make better performance than younger people, and this also affects their uh, language learning process because they feel, for example, inadequacy or embarrassment, which could affect their motivation. Um, and that's it.
okay. The next question is, what are the learning styles that are based on perceptions, which are mentioned in the book?
Uh, this part is a individual difference is a and the learning style. Uh, the belief in this indifference is a single teaching method will suit the need of all learners. In the investigation, Ray 1995 defined a individual natural, habitual, and preferred way of absorbing, processing, and writing new information and skill. The learning style are visual, auditory, or kinesthetic learning.
Okay, I have another kind of relation with this concept or topic. I think learners, people say that learners can't learn a language if they see or heard something that has relation with the language. And I think that's not that's the answer, but it's not because they can also um, see, as you know, exercises or something related with the language. Individual differences have been described as file independent and file dependent.
Yes. In learning styles, there are the perceptually based learning styles that are the visual. The learners would like to see, to learn. The auditory learners would like to use, for example, multimedia, audios, etc. And the kinesthetic learners who will make use of their body because they like more physical action, for example, role playing, etc. So these learning styles, these perceptually based learning styles, claim that all people have different ways of learning. So so we can say that um, uh, only one teaching method will suit all their needs. Um, as teachers, we should encourage our students to use whichever method that um, that could make them learn faster. Uh, and we should not only, for example, uh, make our classes to suit only one type of learning style, but we should always try to use all the methods available to suit um, all the needs of these different types of learners.
The other question is, who are the students who are good at learning a second language? In which category of individual difference does this question make mention?
In this part is a personality.
Okay.
Okay. The good student learning a second language are an extrovert person. And the investigation of Lily Wong 1979 say the quiet observant learner may have greater success. Another aspect of personality that has been studied in vision. Another personality of a learner is anxiety. In this learner, research investigating learning anxiety in second language classroom see anxiety as dynamic and independent of particular situation. In this learner have more motivation for study a second language.
Okay, in relation with the topic of personality that Lisa said, I think learner anxiety is like when the student have feelings about worried, or they feel nervous when they are learning a language. And I have that other investigations learn the anxiety in a second language classroom and see that they are more dynamic and dependent on in particular circumstances. They also argue that not all anxiety is bad, and that a certain amount tension can have a positive effect to uh, to to learn a language with uh, very easy.
Well, in my opinion, all types of personalities are capable of learning a second language. Personality, for example, being introvert is not an impediment to become a second language learner. Um, for example, people tend or teachers tend to associate extroversion, extro, um, extroverted people or personalities with motivation. For example, they think that the extrovert students who are willing to learn, to communicate in the second language are the ones that are going to succeed. And sometimes, for example, in the study made by Fillmore in 1979, said they found out that in certain situations, the introvert learners are the ones that have more have better to learn a second language. Um, in 95, I he claimed that there were anxious students, like it was a trait of personality. But Lasnovsky in two, 201 say that decided to use the word tension, just like Jahaira said, and these at higher levels of tension, this could be detrimental of the learning process. But in in less in lower levels of tension, this could be just part of the process, and it could also be that beneficial for the just for the learning of the study.
The next question is about motivation. What are the motivation strategies that the teacher has in his apprentices?
Okay, in this part, we talk about the belief is a motivating student participate in classroom activity. For the motivation, the student enjoyed coming in the classroom because the content is interesting and relevant to their age and level. And the investigation of Mary Guilletot and Sultan 2008 talked about the different motivation strategies. For example, the teacher must prompt autonomy, the learner must work in pair or teams, individual competition, or in teams and self-evaluation, because the student need to participate or in the classroom say injure for the student.
Okay, I think they motivate class students. Sorry, are usually those who always participate in class. They usually express their points of view, and they are very interested in the subject that the teacher is I don't know, is learned and study a great deal. Teachers also have more influence with their students on these behaviors or on their aptitude to learn a second language. I also have that teachers can make a kind of positive contribution to to students' motivation, that for do that the class um, more interesting for them, and in fact, learners can enjoy enjoy the class or enjoy to learn a second language.
Well, in a teacher's mind, motivated students are the ones to participate in classrooms activities, but teachers can make a positive contribution to the motivation of their students. If they make their classrooms some a place that the learner enjoy uh, coming to, they are obviously get more highly motivated students. Um, in research made by Don J in 2008, um, they were exploring the relationship between teaching methods for motivation in the students' results, and they decided to put them uh, part, um, to participate in groups, in pair work, and they designed some activities. Uh, they try to change the discourse of the teachers to make them, attract attention of their students, to motivate them, to uh, promote, uh, to motivate in general their students with their discourse, or encouraging positive um, self-evaluation and activity, to make them now that there's a purpose in learning a second language, that this could benefit all of them. That's it.
Okay. The next question is about language learning aptitude. Can a student have the ability to quickly learn a second language?
Okay, in this part, in the investigation for John Carroll, 1991, say the has characteristic aptitude in terms of ability to learn quickly. We may hypothesis that our learners with high aptitude may learn with greater easy and speed, but that other learner may also be successful if they persevere. persevere.
Okay, I think yes, students have the ability to quick learn a second language. Um, I also have another contribution that what Luisa said about John Carroll in 1991. He said that aptitude measures have been the modern language aptitude test. Um, and we also have two concepts that aptitude, foreign language learning and grammar translation. Um, Learners have like strengths or weaknesses in this to learn a second language. In this different aptitude components may account for the ability to learn a language or to success in different types of instructional programs.
Well, just like Luisa said, Carol in 1991
My
91 characterize aptitude in terms of the ability to learn quickly. There are some persons that, or some people that have, better capacity, memory capacity,
to learn a
to
language.
and this is yes, and this is a trait or aptitude. Um, this is part of aptitude. The working memory capacity. It could be short or long-term memory, but this could help a student or a person to learn or to just to learn quickly, faster uh, mm, than other learners who don't have the ability, this ability.
Okay, thank you.
The last one.
The is the intelligence. How is intelligence development related and how is it tested?
Okay, according to the book, say the term intelligence has traditionally been used to refer to performance on certain kind of tests. In this part, mentioned two part. The first is talk about the IQ test, maybe more strongly related to metalinguistic knowledge than community ability. Uh, the intelligence was related to develop of uh, in second language, reading, vocabulary, grammar, and Howard Gardner 1993 mentioned that the person has multiple intelligence. For example, when the person have the ability in music, sing, or sport, another thing.
Okay, like Lisa said, Howard Gardner's in 1993, he said that proposal that individuals have multiple intelligence. That means that each learner have a different way to learn, and for that, each learner have a different kind of intelligence, and they can have. They also have like all the things that we say they have to to make in fact of all of the concepts to make uh, intelligence and learner, and they have to be participate, they have to have motivation, they have to have all the language learning attitude to learn a second language. That's it.
Okay, and usually the IQ test uh, measured the metalinguistic knowledge rather than the communicative ability of learners of a second language. Obviously, um, the rule learning or the comprehension of um, the grammar, vocabulary, etc. is not the only part of learning a second language, but um, there was a study made by Genesee in 1976. Uh, he said that intelligence was related to the development of reading, grammar, and vocabulary, and unrelated to oral production skills. This was made by um, this. Well, this proof what I was saying. Um, Obviously, students uh, need to prove that they are able to communicate in the language they are learning, not only that they know how to read or or write, but they also have to prove that they're good at communication, to speak fluently, um, and that they use correctly all those grammar structures in practice. And that's it.
Okay, finally the conclusion about individual difference is the can be based on our own experience within the classroom, and we all have different conditions for learning these categories in the classroom. Okay, is that all for us? And thank you.
See you.
See you.
Thank you for your attention.
Yes.